some people are gonna die there in 2 seconds. They're gonna drown. But for me, I've been surfing for a lot of numbers of years.
Ironically, when we made the Bali airport, when the extension of the runway to bring more tourists in when Bali was getting more popular, that changed the surf break around Kuta.
It's opened the eyes of the world about this magical island that have this perfect wave, a lot of adventure.
Welcome to Bali Breakfast Talks, a series of meaningful discussions with insightful people from here in Bali, sharing about art, culture, social and environmental issues. This is a collaboration between Hotel Indigo Bali, the Rockin Life Bali and Now Bali, filmed here on Seminyak Beach to bring you the most interesting and important stories on the island. Hey, welcome back to Bali Breakfast Talks. Today our guest is one of Bali's, and in fact Indonesia's, surfing legends. Tipi Jabrik was born and raised just down the beach from here in Legian, where he picked up surf and became a professional surfer by the age of 18. As a pro surfer, he toured the world, winning international competitions in Phuket, Japan, as well as here in Bali. After his pro career, he changed his focus to surf development, coaching young surfers, developing the Indonesian surf industry and the overall surf ecosystem. He has brought Indonesian surfers to the Olympics and international competitions, hoping to give them the same opportunities that he got when he started his career. Tipi, welcome to Bali Breakfast Talks.
Hello, Eddie. Good morning.
Good morning. It's so great to have you here.
Yeah, it's been also great to be here.
Just down the beach from where you grew up, actually, right?
Yeah.
You used to surf right here on Seminyak Beach.
Yeah, used to be a lot of pandan trees and nothing but trees. Coconut trees at the back, pandan trees in the middle, just endless of
nature,
beach, and not many people.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would be jealous just, to be where that experience that you had at that time. Yeah.
Yeah, it was different than now. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
Magical.
It was. Yeah.
Well, obviously, since that time, Bali's changed a lot, but surf has changed a lot. How important is Bali now in the context of international surf?
If you're talking about Bali these days, you cannot forget about how everything started. Everything started, because of a lot of people, maybe, during the time of, the 40s, we have things going on all over the world. And then 50s and 60s, a lot of things going on in the world. And during the 70s, that's when everybody in the world can travel. And for some reason, I don't know, but people come to Bali. One of the reason is for, like the culture, the people, the smile, the temple, the dance. But during the 70s, there's a group of people come here to document about their surfing trip, which is one of the the groundbreaking of how Bali become like this is from this movie called Morning of the Earth. And this movie is about a group of young people surfing Kuta Beach and also Uluwatu. And during their surf in Uluwatu for the first time in 1972, it's opened the eyes of the world about this magical island that have this perfect wave, a lot of adventure. And that's, I think, the start of all these changes of Bali. I think personally, it's just that vision of a perfect left-handers of Uluwatu. Yeah.
And so, we could say that surfers were the original travel influencers.
Yeah, surfers is the only type of travelers that bring the key to open all the doors. because not many type of travelers or people that going to drive 3 hours for no reason. But surfers have that reason, and they don't care driving 3 hours, 4 hours to Ulu back in the 70s, because they have a reason, and the reason is only like to discover new wave, like couple hours of surf session, and it's so infectious that they will tell to their friends in Oz, and their friends in Oz gonna say like, I'm going there next year. Like that's repeating uh um what do you call that, like experience that I touch you and you tell more people, and this thing become like a keep rolling for 70s till now. Maybe in the 70s those people were like 20 years old, and now like in their 70s, but their kids, their grandchildren, their friends, their generation still come to Bali.
Mm.
So you can see like how crazy is the influence that surfers bring to this island.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
even just 8, 9 years ago, Batu Bolong
Yeah.
was just kind of a surf destination. It was like 2 or 3 hotels only. Was a surf spot, and now it's one of the hottest tourism areas.
Surfer used to go there just to hide from tourists in
Kuta.
Legian and Kuta. And they think Canggu was so far away, but look at Canggu now. It's just also a center of tourism.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And Uluwatu now. I mean, Uluwatu,
It's a come later.
yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Uluwatu come just after COVID. Everybody just, like, Canggu, Kuta, Legian, Seminyak. And they think Uluwatu is a new big thing. But, everything starts from surfing now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that means that you were in the right place at the right time. Because actually, if you're saying in the 70s it started, and then you were born and raised in
Yeah.
Bali in the late 70s,
Yeah.
you were on Legian Beach where the surf was picking up. Can you share a little bit about your own personal experience of like how did you start? What was the atmosphere of early days surfing back then?
I don't know. Like it's super weird. When my dad doesn't surf, my dad almost died from drowning in this beach, and my mom doesn't surf. So to have a parents that have that experience and also no surfing experience to let their kids surfing, for me it doesn't make sense. Like how did my brother and myself become a surfer? Doesn't make sense, because a normal parents will say to their kids, "Don't go to the beach; it's dangerous." But our parents just let us play in the water for hours every single day since we were like, I started surfing when I was 4 or 5 years old.
Wow.
So a normal parents would not let that age go to the beach by themselves.
I don't think they would let their kids go in a swimming pool by themselves at that age.
It's pretty crazy. I don't know why, and I don't know how, but my brother and myself, we end up going to the beach since we were like 4 or 5 years old till I would say 18. I never miss a sunset.
Wow.
I go to the beach every single day. I was live here in Double Six. Maybe that's one of the reason. So going to the beach is part of my way of life. Like going to the beach is something that I need to keep doing.
So in those early days, who was introducing other kids to surfing, or how did you get started? How did the kids get started in surfing?
So my parents, they used to have like this a batik factory that we have a lot of Japanese customer, and those Japanese customer, they a lot of them are surfers. And one time, couple times, one of my dad's and my mom's customer, they just let a couple boards at the house, and I was like, okay, let's go to the beach, and just floating around, pushing on the white water, and we were like 4 or 5 years old. And then my dad, keep asking some of their Japanese friend, hey, next time you come to Bali, maybe you can leave them a board. And that's how it started. If you think about it, I was surfing in 83 here, 82.
Wow.
there is no surfboards that fit my size. So all the boards are so big. So maybe that's the reason why we're having so much fun, because we're not surfing, we're floating underwater, just having fun. And I think that attraction of I don't know, just having fun always stuck in my mind and never stopped since then. Yeah, that's how it started. Yeah.
So, I mean, Bali was sort of a popular holiday surfing destination, right, for the surfers. So, where did this aspect of becoming a professional surfer come in? Was there an industry here back then? It just sounds like people just came to surf and have fun. So, when did that industry start coming in?
So yeah, when we start the story about in the 70s, people start surfing in Bali. It doesn't mean there's a lot of surfers in the island. People just start watching that movie of Morning of the Earth. Maybe like a couple 100,000 people have something in their mind that they need to come to Bali, but only few of them ever get to Bali.
Yeah.
People still need to work. So Bali in the 70s and 80s, there's only maybe like 10 to 20 surfers in the island. Not many. But surfers always been here. They come and they go, but we never see the boom. You see this beach here in Seminyak, every single day, maybe in 20-meter wide, you see like 10 people learn to surf. If you go to Kuta, there's maybe 500 to 1,000 people from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Yeah.
So it takes time to get that far. So I think the boom of Bali surfing is in the 90s because I don't know, people heard about Bali, still magical, tourism start growing, Singapore, Bangkok, KL become like a big hub. Come to Bali is easier. You don't have to go to Australia from Europe. So when all those things grow, I think Bali become more accessible. And in the 90s was where Bali start booming.
But at the same time, I mean, like you said, it opened access. So surfing was here sort of informally.
Mm-hmm.
But through tourism, I guess surfing also developed as an industry.
Yeah.
Right. So it was kind of like they're sort of pushing each other along. So surf invited tourism, but tourism also formalized surf here. And I think obviously that's where you benefited from that surf industry developing.
Yeah, I think because in the 90s, there's a lot of surfers come to Bali. The industry start look Bali as a business hub also. So Quicksilver, Billabong, all those brands start to be based in Bali. And then in the late 90s, there's one or two surfboard factories also happening in Bali. And that's create Bali as an island that super accessible as a surfers. Because to travel with surfboards back in the days, it's like airlines' biggest enemy. If you want to travel from Australia back in the days, or Europe or America, to bring a board bag, you need to pay so much excess baggage for that board. So a lot of surfers also don't want to travel because they're going to get charged a lot. But these days, there's a lot of airlines is super friendly with surfers. They're happy to cater like surfboards as a sports equipment. And then like some airlines even promote themselves as a surfers friendly airlines. Back in the days, it's not like that.
Yeah.
So I think all the industry now, it's become like more surfing friendly businesses, industry, whatever. Even this hotel might have a shower for
surfers,
surfers or board racks. I don't know.
Yeah.
So they already think about
accommodating
the needs.
Surfers, yeah.
Because before, the lifestyle of any sports, you can say like golf, for example. Okay, there's a big golf lifestyle. Oh, I want to travel as a golfer, going to Korea, going to Bali, play golf. Some hotel will cater some kind of a needs of that. But any lifestyle doesn't make as a sport doesn't have the equivalent of how surfing can change the ecosystem of tourism.
Yeah.
But surfing does.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends that plan their holidays saying, "Hey, I'm going to plan next summer to surf in Bali, in Mentawai, in Indonesia." But I never heard about, "Hey, let's plan our summer next year to play basketball in Bali." I never heard that.
Yeah.
So surfing is a big part of a way of a lot of people's thinking about their holidays, that's tourism. If I see a tourism of Indonesia, is the equivalent of Switzerland with their snow snow tourism,
Yes, like skiing and snowboarding and
skiing,
stuff.
snowboarding, whatever. Indonesia is the same.
Mhm.
You go winter there to the Alps. In the summer, you go to Indonesia to surf,
Yeah.
and that's something that I think is the biggest assets that Indonesia have. Nobody make that wave. It's keep coming. It's
Yeah.
almost like a gold mine. As long as you can manage it, you make a big hotel. There's a wave.
You're lucky.
That thing is 90% occupancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, like you're saying, like surf is it's if we're talking about like energy, it's like a renewable energy, right? It's
Yeah.
always there. The wave's always coming. It's an open resource. Do you think we're using it well in Bali and in Indonesia? Are we using it effectively?
No, not really.
Mm.
So the sustainability aspect of tourism in Bali is more exploitation. There's no long term. If this beach is still a lot of people, there's potentials to have somebody to make businesses around here. But I don't see the because there's a bit of a research about Uluwatu the other day that someone writes with a lot of good thing about tourism. There's also the bad side of it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
like we were saying, like they come hand in hand.
Yeah.
People come here. More people can enjoy the surf here. A lot more opportunity. A lot more job creation. And there's the bad side as well, right? But talking about those opportunities, you are part of two associations
Yeah.
now, which are focused on surf development, right? So you're the managing director of the Asian Surfing Corporation,
Yeah.
and the Secretary General of Indonesian Surfing Association, or Persatuan Selancar Ombak Indonesia.
Yeah.
And you're focusing on the positive side of surf, which is the development side. So what does it mean to develop a surfing ecosystem for Indonesia?
So yeah, when I was young, I able to travel around the world with surfing to see the world. And when I came back to Bali, I was like, man, this is still the best place in the world. Home is always the best in the world. And I see also that surfing can give opportunity, like myself. All you need to do is just surf well, because you have a really good wave. You can train every single day. And then you might get sponsored. You're able to travel. But when you travel, you should bring back something, some knowledge. So when I came back to Bali, I was like, man, why Bali is always dirty? You know? As a surfer, you don't want the beach that you surf full of trash, but that happens. And in my mind, I need to create a lot of people with my mind, which is like care about the environment. They don't wanna go to the beach when there's a lot of trash. But as an Indonesian, I understand we never deal with trash before. Everything is banana leaf. You just throw it, it's gone. But now since the 80s and 90s, we are introduced to this thing called plastic. And like as a surfer, like I don't have a solution, but I want people to feel what I feel.
Mm-hmm.
And then to have the same mind that they care about the environment. So I started to promote surfing wherever I go, all over Asia, including Indonesia. And then I would like to make a lot of surfers in their area to be able to become a key strong figure of their area. Because as a surfers, some people are going to die there in 2 seconds. They're going to drown. But for me, I've been surfing for a lot of numbers of years. I work with the ocean power as an element that I need to be close to each other. So that makes me super confident. You know, talking to you, it's something like, whatever. But some people talking to people might get nervous, this and that. But as a surfers, If we can deal with that, we can deal with anything in our life. So I want to make that kind of figure all over Indonesia, so they can become like a strong figure. Hey guys, destroying the nature is not good. So that's one of my plan, creating more surfers. And the other part is because we live in Bali and surfing give a lot to us. I go to a lot of places in Aceh, in Mentawai, in Papua. They have all the wave, but they don't have the opportunity because they don't know how to uh, you know maybe like take advantage of their wave. So I talked to the local government. Hey guys, let's create something so your area become a surfing destination, and then eventually going to become like a tourism destination. And that's what I've been doing since 20 years now. Yeah.
So surfing, more than just a sport, or a way of having a becoming a professional athlete, it's kind of a medium to open up people's minds, make confident leaders.
Yeah.
And through traveling, they get inspired of, what do they have at home, right? To appreciate what they have at home. I've never thought about surfing as like character development.
Yeah.
Which is essentially what you're saying.
Yeah.
It has the potential of doing. And of course, economic opportunities.
Yeah.
So we're really lucky here, and maybe people who live here, they're not used to, or they take for granted how great the ecosystem is here for surfing.
It is. Indonesia is so blessed, but we just don't have the surf culture.
Mm-hmm.
It's never been with us. The reason why I'm saying that, because in Indonesia there's like a lot of myth.
Yeah.
Nyi Roro Kidul, Laut Selatan, don't go to the beach, it's dangerous. So there's a lot of this story about whatever we're doing is not supported by our culture.
Mm.
It's not like in Hawaii. The king surf is their royal sports. So everybody in Hawaii is so proud. Their pride is surfing, the ocean, what do you call it, like a lifestyle. But Indonesia is not. We do have a lot of sailors, but sailors doesn't mean they can swim. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So beach lifestyles, we don't have it.
Well, I mean,
nowadays we do.
Now we do, but I mean, land prices in Bali before tourism, it was all of the inland that was more expensive because it was fertile.
Yeah.
And the beach, like you said, that's where the darkness lives. That's where you get taken away. And so people who live by the beach were unlucky, actually. Before,
unlucky.
Right?
Unlucky.
So we're fighting against that culture a little bit here of, having to convince people that the waves and the oceans are something that give through surfing, essentially. Right?
Surfing changed a lot of way of people perspective on a lot of things. Surfers, the only people that want to stay in front of the ocean, in front of the beach. Back in the days, property in front of the ocean considered as dangerous. Why would you live there? But nowadays, surfers open up an idea about real estate is become prime area. Like most prime area in the world now is beachfront.
Yeah.
It started from the surfers back in the days in California. If you talk about Malibu, Santa Monica, this and that, it's millions of dollars now.
Yeah.
But back in the days, they all bum.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like it's funny if you think about what surfers changed the world. Yeah.
And especially here. So I mean, I find that really interesting how Bali, in comparison to other areas of Indonesia, because like you said, there are areas that have really good waves, but it's not just about the waves. If you want to have a good sort of surf experience or a surf ecosystem, you need more layers than just the waves. Right?
Yeah. It takes a lot of support. The local acceptance, hospitality, whatever. That's number one. Because surfers, they are like freedom seekers. Yeah.
Yeah. So Bali's openness in terms of its belief, has helped it
Ba-
develop the industry, right?
Balinese people is the nicest people in the world.
Yeah.
You ask any guy on their rice field, can I make villa on your rice field? He say yes. Isn't that enough to
maybe,
say Balinese people are the nicest?
maybe we're too nice on this
It's the
island.
nicest. So
Yeah. So I mean, I think because it's so open here, the adoption of surf as a culture, surf as a sport, has helped it develop to where it is today, right?
yeah,
Yeah, and I think the fact that it's also quite close to Australia has helped as well. I think culturally that comes in and helps to develop a lot of the uh, continuity of the surf culture here.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you have to understand also, there's a reason why people call Bali is the island of God. Bali is so special. We have mountain, we have ocean, we have we have the culture, we have the people. It's Bali is just so special. And then when surfers come to this island, I have to say, Bali is the only place in the world that have East Coast and West Coast only only less than an hour travel. So this is the West Coast. So the West Coast of Indonesia, the season is from March till September, and then from October till March again. This place is rainy season onshore. If we drive to Nusa Dua, it's only 40 minutes,
Wow.
and it's offshore.
Mm.
So Bali is so blessed that we have the East Coast and West Coast so accessible, and that's one of the reason why Bali is one of the biggest surfing destination in the world. Is not even in Indonesia, is in the world.
Yeah.
I can say Bali have more surfers want to come to Bali more than they said I want to go to Portugal or Costa Rica, for example, because Bali is so special. It's warm water. We in the equator. We're facing the Indian Ocean that constantly producing wave.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're going to the mountain and it's producing like snow every single day.
Yeah.
So that it is so special, Bali. Yeah.
So I didn't realize it's actually a geographical sweet spot.
It is. Yeah.
For surfers.
It is.
Because then you've got so much variety of surfing spots.
Yeah.
So that you can surf all year, basically.
Surfing is almost like if we want to say we can compare to whatever we want to say, but surfing is almost the same as religion, but it's not a religion, it's a way of life.
Yeah.
The reason why it's a way of life because we think about surfing the next day, who we need to surf with, where do we want to go on surf holiday. I need to take care of my body to surf better. I need to think about my surfboards. I need to brainwash my kids so they become a surfer. So it's a way of life.
Yeah.
People, if you're Muslim, if you're a Muslim and then you have this pilgrimage, I need to go to Haji or something.
Yeah.
As a Muslim, their dream is to go Haji one day. As a surfers, my dream is to come to Indonesia to surf.
Yeah.
So that's big part of a way of life. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's the surf mecca.
Yeah, it is.
It's the surf mecca of the world. Basically.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, and going back to what you were saying about maybe we don't appreciate that. Maybe those who don't surf don't appreciate that because they don't understand how special it is as a surf destination. Yes, it's around, but I guess we haven't picked up on really using this potential more, utilizing this potential way more than we are.
Yeah.
I mean, that includes not just developing, but protecting.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's an aspect that we don't want to kill the goose that lays the golden egg,
Yeah.
right? And I think we know, ironically, when we made the Bali airport, when the extension of the runway to bring more tourists in when Bali was getting more popular, that changed the surf break around Kuta.
Yeah.
And I think that happens in other areas of the island. We don't understand what we're doing to the coastlines.
Yeah, I think when we talk about surfing, of course, it's only small elements of the tourism attraction.
Yeah.
Of course, people will come here for the food, the culinary, the culture, the temple, the dance, the the waterfall, the whatever that Bali can offer. But the beach is a big part of a reason why people come here.
Yeah.
And when we are on the beach, there's a beach goers. The beach goers can be included surfers, can be included like just normal tourism that enjoying the beach.
Yeah.
So when you're saying about protecting, big part of making sure that tourists is still coming to Bali is to make sure Bali is Bali. When people come here in the 70s, they want to see the sand. The quality of the sand is still there from coast to coast. But when you said about the runway, they making the runway longer, it's affecting a lot of the sand in Kuta Beach.
Yeah.
The sand in Kuta Beach is gone. It changed the shape of the beach.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a mess there now. And then the government always have this thing called solution, but the solution is always temporary. They create this pathway and the pathway collapse, and they're thinking, oh, we need to fill up the sand. But it's all about short-term solution. They never think about, hey, let's protect the sand, let's protect the reef, let's protect the original vegetation on the beach that holds the sand.
Yeah.
This is really nice. This is a
Yeah.
good job, Indigo Hotel. I like it.
Great original vegetation.
Yeah, we have original vegetation here. We have katapang, we have pandan, we have katang-katang. Like this is the original vegetation that we need to keep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every hotel should do this. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an endorsement.
Give me free room nights. I'm just joking. Two days for a room night.
Yeah, don't stop at one. Talking about long-term protection, you're doing that a little bit with the human capital. Is it part of your surf development? It's not just about making competitions or developing areas or ecosystems, but it's actually about the young surfers.
Yeah.
Right? Making sure there's always that regeneration.
Yeah, I think that's really, really important, yeah. Because any surf destination in the world, it's possible to be taken over by a lot of people from outside. Not in a bad way, but just
naturally.
Yeah, just lack of a local, like appearance of the local people in that area. When that happened, the care is different if you're from there or not. Because if there's a lot of local people that surf, they're gonna become a strong key figure, like what we said before. They're gonna care more. They're gonna make programs, which is like could be surf competition, beach cleanup, barbecue together. So it's a bit like things that they can show to to everybody on the community that surfing beach lifestyle is actually a healthy lifestyle. Going to the beach is good, because these days, anywhere that you go in the world that has wave is potentially to become a tourism destination. We're talking about, I don't know if you know Costa Rica. If I'm not wrong, 12 to 20% of their GDP is coming from surfers, travelers that surf to Costa Rica. You talk about El Salvador, they're using surf, their wave, as the only reason to come to El Salvador.
Wow.
Can you imagine those countries using surfing as a weapon for their marketing, for their tourism businesses? And Indonesia have the best wave in the world, and we just like, whatever. It's a bit sad.
It's just a fraction.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's a bit sad.
Well, that's interesting because, so what you're saying is building or regenerating young surfers, it means that there's always presence of Indonesian surfers locally and internationally.
Yeah.
Right? And it's also, I don't know, if we build up that population, then surfing or surf culture, surf tourism, surf development can actually have a bigger presence or a bigger attention, draw bigger attention, basically.
One of the reasons why we all need to create a lot of surfers in all the coastline of Indonesia that have a wave, one of the reasons is they need to be able to surf good, because if they surf good, that means they are really adapt to the ocean.
Mm.
One day, if they are good surfers, they can have a career after they as a surfers, become anything that relate to surfing. They can become, they can open a surf school. They can open a restaurant in a next to the surf spot. They can own like a bungalow, a hotel, whatever. They can work as a lifeguard. They can work in the hotel as a surf guide. Because imagine if you lack of all those SDM apa bahasa Inggrisnya? Human resource. I don't know.
Human resources.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This hotel, for example, they have to hire someone from outside
Abroad.
Bali. So it's a bit like have a good wave, but we lack of surfers that can help the industry. So the idea is, if you're surfers, we can fit in any tourism industry if there's a wave. So it's also covering a lot of the factor that you can be an original person from this area, and you can have a career from the wave that you are in your backyard.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people in Indonesia, they pray, oh God, please, my kids one day they work in the office. Please, they don't become a fisherman or patani like me.
Yeah, true.
But me as a surfer, oh God, please make my kids become a surfer so they can travel around the world and make money like me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it just opens up opportunities beyond. I mean, you've obviously become a professional athlete, and I think your kids are also on that trajectory, and a lot of Indonesians have been. But it opens up other opportunities too.
For sure.
Right.
The industry is so big. This surf/tourism industry. Like it's as a local, you need to take advantage.
Yeah.
Be the person that say, hey, we also have a say, a piece of pie of this tourism pie.
Yeah.
Surfers have that what do you call it? Like they have the rights to own them. Yeah, we don't want to be a sideline.
Yeah.
Big hotel, there's beach club, this and that. We have a big say why that hotel, why this beach club are in this island. Because of us. We promoting from the ocean. We promote it to a lot of people around the world about how nice is our island. They will come because we have nice wave. They will not come just because we have the best beach club in the world. They also have beach club in Ibiza, in Australia, anywhere in the world.
So surfers are like they safeguard.
Yeah, they're the ambassador. They're the tourism ambassador.
Yeah. Well, okay. Let's talk about last two things. Yeah, last two things. The top of the top of the top of the young surfers. You're involved with bringing young surfers to the Olympics. What is that experience like at bringing and representing Indonesia as a coach?
Yeah, I think this is like one of the biggest achievement for anybody in Indonesia. To have Indonesian representation in the Olympic. It shows like that everybody give us recognition now, because back in the days, people like, oh, you're a bum. You just hang out on the beach. You get dark. You have blonde hair. Like a lot of negative thought. Mm-hmm. But bringing an athlete to the Olympic, it gives us, it lifts the perspective of the sports that we are doing.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big achievement for all surfers in the world and also in Indonesia. And then nowadays, we can have more athletes that can represent our country, and they become a role model. Yeah, and that's something that we should all be proud of. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And shout out to Rio
Waida, yeah.
Rio Waida, who grew up in Bali as well.
He was born in Japan, but he starts surfing in Japan but grew up since he was like 4 years old in Bali. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I mean, perfect to have a coach who grew up here and surfed the same waves as Rio,
Yeah,
and to go to Tokyo Olympics together.
yeah, it was a good experience. It was amazing. All eyes on surfing that time. Yeah.
Um, I guess closing remarks. What's your sort of hopes and dreams for surf in Bali? What if you could, wave a magic wand? What would that look like? What would the surf ecosystem look like here in Bali?
Uh, I'm not sure. Yeah, because Bali is pretty good these days with the surf environment.
Hmm.
But the community is tight. We have a lot of surfers all over Bali. If you go to Madewi, to Balian, to Tanalot, Canggu, Seminyak, Uluwatu until Jasri, we all like super tight together. We're protecting the coastline that we are. Like we really care about the wave these days. The Kuta boys, they really care about the wave there because I heard there's something they're gonna build in front of the wave, but everybody already really care.
Hmm.
And the next generation also, we have a lot of young surfers all over Indonesia now. I think the direction is going into the right direction, and with that, it's also give them opportunity to have like careers in the industry also. And if you go to Lombok these days, there's a lot of surf businesses there now, and all run by locals. So I think the people in Indonesia already see that surfing give them opportunity.
Yeah,
They create economical income for them. So I think surfing nowadays is on the best time. So
yeah,
I don't want to change anything.
yeah. So Bali's actually kind of the example to other areas
Yeah,
of like, hey, if you guys rawat, if you guys sort of develop this properly,
yeah,
you can have your guardians of the ocean. You can
yeah,
have opportunities.
yeah,
You can develop a healthy tourism
yeah.
and economy for Lombok or East Java, etc.
Wherever in Indonesia
Yeah,
nowadays, surfing is a really in a good time as a tourism like businesses that you wanna do. A lot of people now in Indonesia, if 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 they have wave in front of them, it's almost like they could do good in their life.
yeah.
It's not like oh, I have like 2 hectares in front of my house and there's no rain, I cannot do any crops. But if there's a wave, at least they can do something now. Yeah,
As long as they treat the beach and the waves well, and you know, treat it with respect, then the beach and the waves will give back. Yeah,
you just wrap it up
perfect.
perfectly.
Yeah, well, we got to end on a positive note.
Oh
Remember,
yeah,
TV.
for sure.
All right. Well, big thanks for joining Bali Breakfast Talks here with our special guest, Tipi Jabrik. Tipi, where can people find you if they want to follow you and what you're doing?
Just follow me on Instagram, yeah, Tipi Jabrik, and so follow me to find more young talented surfers who follow my Instagram. There's a lot of people all over Indonesia. If you want to travel to Sumbawa, this and that, just go to my Instagram and just follow who's from Sumbawa. So it's a good networking. Surfers they will take care of each other. Yeah.
So follow TP, not for TP, to find other surfers, young surfers in Indonesia, right?
That's
And
correct.
see what kind of developments are happening in the surf industry here. TP, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Eddie, and hopefully you do a good job on getting more information about how to help Bali. Yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm much better at that than I am at surfing, so I'll stick to this job.
Thanks, Eddie.
Thanks, TP, and thanks for watching. Bali Breakfast Talks is brought to you by Hotel Indigo Bali, Seminyak Beach, the Rockin Life Bali, and Now Bali. See you in the next episode.